child, another, and a third, with their mother in the centre. A painting by Elizabeth VIGÉE-LEBRUN. Just another saccharine hymn to family values? But it isn't all sweetness and light. This may be a palace, but it's empty and cold. A sombre curtain shrouds the cradle. There are shadows creeping in. This woman is Marie-Antoinette, last Queen of France. She has 7 years to live. When the revolution triumphs, she will die on the guillotine. She knows already that the people hate her. This picture is a last attempt at image building, an attempt which fails. But how about the picture? Is it a failure too? Is it mere propaganda, or is it something more? Let there be no mistake, this glossy picture is a PR exercise. Its aim? To make people forget 3 damaging visions of the Queen unwittingly projected in earlier portraits. Mark 1. Frivolous fashion freak. The bold, actressy pose, with stage curtain and smoke as background. The knickknacks, the frills, the outlandish wigs. All gone. With a pedestal-type cushion at her feet, seated on an armchair in austere surroundings, and a classical column in the background. The Queen again becomes a figure of authority. Mark 2. Wayward shepherdess. Tired of her royal duties, Marie-Antoinette turns her back on the palace and escapes to her toy-like village at the Trianon. Straw hat and plain English muslin, perfect for a pleasant stroll, and just what all my friends are wearing. But a queen who shows herself like this in public is insulting the people and France. So, back to the splendours of Versailles and Louis XIV's Hall of Mirrors. Crown, fleur-de-lis. This is indeed a Queen of France. Back to the regulation red velvet dress, the colour of power, and a discreet nod to her simple, pious predecessor. Mark 3. Queen of Diamonds. She loves jewellery, and everyone knows it. Indeed, one schemer has already used her name to mount a massive scam, the Queen's necklace affair. The Queen's innocence is proved, but the mud sticks all the same. So, austerity's the word. No necklace, no diamonds. A clever move. The portrait goes on show in Paris. But it's too late. The people no longer trust the monarchy. The state is backing the Americans in their fight for independence and has emptied its coffers in the process. Deeply in debt, it is staring ruin in the face. Millions have lent it their money. They fear the worst. Known for her extravagance, the Queen makes an easy scapegoat. Madame Deficit, the Austrian woman, is accused of deliberately seeking to ruin France. To win back the people's favour, she tries a new approach and plays her role as mother to the hilt. A queen as mother. Nothing new, surely. After all, giving French kings an heir is what French queens are there for. Her predecessor as queen is a mere biological bridge between her husband, the present king, and her son, the future one. And her mother embodies the same tradition at the Austrian court, as she proudly displays the little princes, who are actually shown as miniature adults in their own right. But there's something new here. For one thing, the triangular composition comes from Italian Renaissance paintings of the Holy Family. The sacred is back. There's something else too, something more modern, a real bond of affection between mother and children, who are dressed to suit their needs, not a wig or sword in sight. The guiding light here is the philosopher Jean-Jacques Rousseau, who urges mothers to abandon their loose living ways and play a worthy role in society by raising their children to be enlightened citizens. The reference point here is Cornelia, the virtuous Roman matron, who scorned jewelry and declared that her children were her greatest treasure. Which helps to explain why this jewel cabinet stays firmly in the shadows, while the children are presented to the nation. Embodying both sacred and civil ideals of motherhood, the Queen scores twice over. But maternal feeling has its modish side too. Many ladies of fashion are happy enough to be painted with their children, but leave all the rest to the nurses. The public suspect that Marie-Antoinette is one of them, and focus instead on one melancholy detail, the empty cradle. Intended for the little Princess Sophie, who died before the picture was finished. Will viewers feel for her mother? No, the expression doesn't fit. She looks unconcerned and seems to have her mind on something else. In short, she is a bad mother, an argument taken up 7 years later by the judges in the Revolutionary Tribunal, who even accuse her of incest. So the Queen's plan collapses. The picture will not save her. But what about saving the picture? Of course, the artist VIGÉE-LEBRUN is working to a royal commission and has to play down the very thing that has made her fame and fortune, the all-new package she offers her sitters. Not content to retouch their physical flaws, she even arranges their costumes and hairstyles herself. Conventional dress codes are out, and an easy elegance lets natural beauty shine through. Above all, she encourages them to reveal their private selves, to smile, behave naturally, and let their softer side show through. In the royal portrait, this aspect of her talent is confined to the children. And so the picture will live for other reasons, reasons which apply in the 19th century. Long gone the haughty monarchs of the past. Today's royal portraits must please the conventional, well-to-do burghers and reflect their moral values. The good mother comes to symbolize political rectitude. The French, too, choose a nursing mother, Marianne, to symbolize the Republic. And, less than a century after they were painted, VIGÉE-Lebrun's versions of Marie-Antoinette no longer seem at odds with one another. The Queen is remembered not only as mother, but also for her special creation, the high life, Trianon style, blending the refined and bucolique. In her day, easy living luxury was seen as a sign of depravity, and as such incompatible with motherhood. In the 19th century, however, It became part of the duty her successors owed their country's economy. The Empress Eugenie, for example, an exemplary mother, seen here with her ladies-in-waiting, helped to boost French fashion sales worldwide. And so, this portrait marks the start of a new era, when public opinion can no longer be ignored by royals or their painters.